My bad. Forgot to check the mic settings. Actually, I forgot to turn my my wireless one on, but it was set to that, so I have no idea what the hell it was using. But we're good now. We're good. We're good. We're good. Welcome everyone. Yeah, I know. Now I'm getting all notifications. All right, we're going to the charts. We're okay. We're okay. We're alive. All right. Let's go to the charts. All right. So here's the weekly chart. And, you know, as kind of, I was hopeful for this situation, and it looks like the situation is happening. We are back inside the triangle. And with about 48 hours to go, we could potentially be in a very good position now that so many people have gotten scared and got out of Bitcoin. We could potentially still see our breakout. Now, I'm not expecting this breakout next candle. In fact, the MRI has now continued to be in the red, signaling bearishness. So this arrow will actually get moved over to the right, which is a good thing because this triangle should not be breaking out this early. This triangle should be breaking out sometime late May, if not all the way in June. Okay, so the weekly chart has a few more days. If we close inside the triangle, I will see this as a bearish sign. But we need to start moving up and moving up quickly to the top of this triangle and then break out. Because otherwise, a really nasty death cross is coming. It's actually not that nasty. It's only a 7-week moving average going below the 20-week moving average. So it's not that big a deal. But still, we don't want to see any moving average crossovers of relevant moving averages. Okay? All right, let's move on. The daily chart is looking really good. Also, as I don't want to use the word expected because I didn't know what was going to happen. But as I stated in the last couple of videos, a close above the 128-day moving average, followed by the support of 128-day moving average, is a bullish sign. We have finally touched and bounced off of the 128-day moving average, which is a very useful moving average historically. As I zoom this chart out, and we can make it cleaner by dropping the MRI, you can see how this 128-day average served as amazing support here, here, and here. And we did break below it due to COVID. And maybe if COVID didn't happen, the 128-day average might have held right here. And it would have been even better historical support, but it got broken. It got broken to the upside, and look how it beautifully held support. One more time right there. Now, the further we zoom out, the more useful the 128-day moving average becomes, because here's another instance of it acting as resistance, along with another instance of it acting as support. Here, the moving average got broken. Here, it acted as resistance. And this is one of the few times where this moving average kind of failed because here it was beautiful resistance. And here is decent resistance. And here it's not great, but there was another moving average right there. And during this time, there were other reasons to be bearish right at these points. One of them was actually an MRI reason. Let me turn the MRI on and show you guys. Right there, boom. I remember this. Everything looked great. Here, normally I would be totally bullish here. We have broken all the moving averages. We had an entire candle above the moving average, but this MRI top made me cautious. And I remember warning people, hey, you may want to take this MRI very, very seriously. And down we went. right into a beautiful MRI buy, creating the low that stuck around for a while until eventually it got broken about 3 months later. Okay, and the roots of the 128-day moving average go back. Beautiful support in September 2017, beautiful support in July 2017, beautiful support both twice in March of 2017, and very close to support right here in January 2017. So this is not like some randomly chosen number. This has proven itself throughout the last bull market and throughout the bear market. And now it's performing very well in the current bull market by being beautiful support here in September 2020 and again in September 2020. And now potentially once again in May 2021. And this would have been borderline 50-50, whether you call that support of the 128, but I was able to call this low for other reasons. One of them being the MRI and the other one being the MRI support line, which continues to hold to this day. So this is very, very promising, but keep in mind that the daily picture is not that pretty yet, because while this thing has just, continued to consolidate at a lower high, it's giving more time to the other moving averages to kind of turn the corner and start to go down. But right now, I am actually bullish on the daily time frame, even though the MRI is still telling you to be cautious. Very, very nice looking chart. All right, let's move on. The 4-hour chart, actually the 1-hour chart. Let's skip the 4-hour chart. So I did warn everyone yesterday's stream that this triangle, and the reason why this triangle is red is because I saw this triangle as a bearish formation on the 1-hour chart. Now that the triangle has broken down, we can actually, adjust this triangle, of course, in hindsight, to make it perfect to touch the maximum number of candles without breaking any candle's body, with a perfect breakdown right there with a red star candle. Now, the target here obviously did not go as deep as the pattern would have signaled. So the pattern would be signaling for approximately another 10% down. Obviously, we did not fall 10% down. We fell about half that. But down we did fall, and I really like the fact that we are now trading above this entire triangle. So the initial warning to be cautious on this triangle was accurate. But at the same time, I wasn't all that crazy bullish on this triangle because of the way we bottomed right here on this giant candle. So I was all bullish on these time frames until I saw the triangle. The triangle made me cautious. But now that we have broken the prior swing high, I am now bullish on the 1-hour time frame. Not only did we break the prior swing high, we had a little tiny back test, and we're now on a green star candle, and we're in the middle of this MRI uptrend. We have broken all the moving averages on the 1-hour time frame. I am now bullish on the 1-hour time frame. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. And I am bullish on the 4-hour time frame as well. Okay. Not much else in this chart. I'm trying to look to see what else is in this chart, but there's not much there. Hey guys. Hey Hugo. Hey Koso. It's hard. The moderators, and of course, the lovely Mary Fox Crypto. Thank you for joining. GBTC is trading to the upside today. Now that we're up, the premium hit an all-time low with a close at negative 18.8 yesterday. That is horrible. That is absolutely horrible. We wait and hear some news on what the hell is going on. Other than that, we just got to wait for it to equalize, because I doubt anyone is buying into the trust. Because why would you buy into the trust and then have to sell your Bitcoin at a 20% loss? That makes no sense at all. So as no one buys into the trust, there'll be less GBTC shares created. And when things start to rise in Bitcoin, there won't be enough GBTC shares to go around, which should swing the premium back to the upside. Bitcoin dominance remains in a very horrible position. This is an MRI buy candle on BTC dominance. So I am expecting Bitcoin dominance to start rising. Well, if not in the next 2 days, then probably next week. So I would not be betting on altcoins next week. But if altcoins continue to rise past next week, then we can potentially see a second consecutive MRI buy with the Bitcoin dominance dropping even lower. All right, someone's asking me to look at Palantir. Yeah, we can do that. I'm actually going to pull it up now because otherwise I might forget. Oh, wow, look at Mara. MRI buy on Mara. Seems reasonable to me. I like this. We held the MRI support. Nice bullish candle today after the drop. This is that miner that mined the stupid block, but they've dropped quite a bit. They've dropped a lot, actually. This company dropped 66%. So seems like they've fallen quite a bit. I mean, they were worth about $1 a year ago, so could still go back there. But this to me is a nice low risk play with a stop loss either below the swing low, below the current candle's low, or below the MRI support line. Earnings has passed. To me, this is a fairly low risk trade. Palantir, PLTR. I think they said they're going to start accepting Bitcoin. Oh, look at that. Wow. And the person said they went Sand Snake. All right. You went big. Well, we don't use nines anymore. You went big on the daily MRI buy. And what a beautiful MRI buy it was. I personally would not have risked going in on earnings day, but this looks great. In addition, we had an MRI buy a few weeks ago, even though on a weekly scale, even though this has fallen below that. This looks great. I would be fairly bullish on this stock the moment we close above that candle's high. So that would be absolutely awesome. But what a beautiful timing with the MRI buy along with the extension B buy. And the last time there was an MRI buy, without cherry picking, we go that morning. We can also, well, actually, no, that's the close of that day. We could also use the opening that day, and the price went up. Let's not cherry pick either. Let's go to the opening of the following day. That's up 16%. So even if you do opening on the MRI candle day, which probably I'd rather stay patient, and on a day this bearish, maybe I'd wait a little bit, but this is also the same price as opening of this candle, which is would be a green star candle if I had that part turned on. I don't have green stars following the arrows because I already have the arrow telling me to get in. Why do I need the star? And that's still a 13% move, which is pretty good for a stock. especially a $20 stock. That's a very good deal. Yeah, this looks nice timing. Very nice timing. Good job. Hope you bought it near the bottom of that day. Nice. Okay, let's look at the S&P 500. The S&P 500, ooh, is rallying. Look at that. Today is a nice rally in the S&P 500. I, of course, am still looking for a 1 to 4 candle correction starting this week. It's possible that the 1 to 4 week candle correction has ended with a 1 week correction. I really did expect it to go further down, but hey, the indicator doesn't tell me how far it's going to go down. It just tells me to take my profit at the MRI top and look for a 1 to 4 candle correction, which is exactly what happened. I would be cautious. I would wait for a new closing high before I go bullish on the stock market. Gold is looking awesome. Gold was also at some MRI top. I forgot what time frame. So, right, so gold had a daily MRI warning that dropped it so much we never even had the MRI top, but it certainly cautioned me enough to get out of it. Now, gold is going to be at a weekly MRI top next week. So while this is a nice bullish looking pattern on a daily chart, you got to be real careful because next week, here comes the MRI top on the weekly. So I would stay away from bullish gold trades for the time being and let the MRI run its course. That is it for me. The private Zoom sessions are coming very, very soon. I'm going to start beta testing it with a few people, and then we're going to open it up to the general public. So maybe while I'm in Dubai or right after the Dubai trip. But it's coming. So the mempool got clogged up a little bit. We added about 30 blocks over the last 24 hours. So it's getting a little more congested. I still have high hopes to clear a lot of this weekend. So let's see how that goes. Obviously, the transaction fee rose a little bit. I was really enjoying people having their 3 to 4 set per byte transactions clearing. Taproot activation is actually looking better than these numbers represent, and I'll show you why. So right now we're only at 57%, and it's incredibly unlikely that Taproot will activate this period. But as you look at the history of these blocks, who is and isn't signaling for SegWit, this is really important. Via BTC has signaled for Taproot. I always say SegWit for some reason. Via BTC has signaled for SegWit. Now, BTC.com signals for SegWit sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't. Also, 1T hash signals for SegWit sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't. Wait, is that Hobie? All right, so Hobie Pool has also signaled for, I didn't even see that earlier. So Hobie, most of the time, they don't signal for it, but they just did. Binance still has not. So now they're not signaling for it all the time. Here is Hobie signaling no Taproot, but here is Hobie signaling Taproot. So all we need is one green box, which means they are definitely active in signaling for it. Here's BTC.com signaling for Taproot, and here's 1Hash signaling for Taproot. Now, here's BTC.com not signaling for Taproot. So they're going back and forth. But as long as they signal for it once, it means they are serious about Taproot. So now I went to a different place to look at all of these websites have completely different miner profiles. I like this one because it gives me options on how to look at it, whether it's in the last week or in the last month. I feel that the last month average is a good representation of getting Taproot in. So now we know that F2 Pool always votes for Taproot. Ant Pool always votes for Taproot. Poolin I believe, always votes for Taproot. Now, Binance Pool has not signaled for Taproot yet at all, not even once, but BuyBTC has signaled for it at least once. BTC.com signaled for it at least once. Huobi signaled for it at least once. And OneHash signaled for it at least once. Foundry USA is always signaling for it. And Slush is always signaling for it. And then we get to the unknown area, and then BTC.top that has never signaled for it. So really, all we need is Binance to signal for Taproot once, and then it becomes a matter of, okay, guys, when are you going to start signaling for it every block instead of random blocks? So we are really, really close. It's really now Binance to get those, to get their code up to date. And to me, once a mining pool has signaled for it once, that means they are on the side of Taproot and they're not just trolling. So we are very close, and most likely the next voting period, it will be in. That's my expectation. If during this voting period, Binance signals for it. That's really the last one, the last big pool standing. All right, guys, that is it. That is it for the day. Thank you all so much for watching. And let me stop the screen share. Oh, wait, I got to promote my own stuff. Hey, guys, if you're looking for a free trading tutorial, you can check that out at vays.com, learn trading. Those interested in something a little more advanced, you can pick up the TA trading videos and the risk management trading videos. And those that are really advanced traders are welcome to also pick up the MRI for a one-time fee that comes with a bunch of educational materials on the indicator. All right, guys. So now, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all on the next one. Bye, guys.